All right, a little update. We've got the grill and the bumper off. What else? We need to do a lot more than that. I guess I need to pull the battery out. I just hate to immobilize it just yet, but I need to just bite the bullet and put her under the knife. We'll be reusing a lot of stuff. The radiator will reuse. The condenser will be reused. Obviously the core support. And then radiator bracket, top mount bracket, big block stuff. Yeah, big block stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get a few things off and then we'll bring you back in to get a little update on the action. Okay, all right. Just keep on trying. Now this Suburban being a big block Suburban, it's got the auxiliary fan for your AC condenser, and I'm looking at this wiring harness. I'm like, splice there. It's like, you know what? We'll put another splice here. We don't need to extend the wire or just run a whole new, we needed to extend it. We just didn't want to run a whole new wire. What is that about? These are little pieces of vacuum line, little insulators. That's, at least they were thinking about that. It not rubbing, but yeah. How many splices are you going to put in a wire that's running to something that probably pulls way too many amps, considering it was probably put in the 80s, early 90s, or it may have been a factory option. I think they did have a factory option, but anyway, pulls a lot of amps back in the day. Let's not put splices in there. Never noticed that before. Okay, anyway, that's my little bitchin' moment. All right, so we got the core support off of the old Beluga Bourbon. Yeah, nothing too exciting to see there. So it's got the factory oil cooler, which I will probably reuse. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna adapt my lines from the LS oil cooler, the 6-liter oil cooler, to that. So anyway, next up we'll be pulling the engine out. I'll get that on film. So, do you call it that now? I don't know. It's not film anymore, but yeah, we'll get that captured. That information is gonna be captured. All right, we're gonna see if we can't get all the wiring off for the Holly Sniper, get the Holly Sniper itself off, get everything disconnected, you know. Have lots of fun. I need to disconnect the oil cooler. Yeah, so let's just take some stuff apart and see what happens. It sounds like a good time. Got the fuel line disconnected earlier and just a couple, you know, ground wires and stuff like that. Not too much. All right, we got this, goes down to the oxygen sensor. This wire goes, I think that's the one that goes up to like the control the fuel pump or something. I use all these little velcros like that on here because I wasn't sure if it was function properly with the wires routed the way they were, and that's just how I left it until I could, well, until this, obviously. But yeah, these are a lot easier than zip ties just because they're not permanent. They don't have to live there forever. Yeah, whenever I got the Sniper on here, I put the Hyperspark ignition and then their Hyperspark distributor as well. Yeah, okay, cute again. One thing I gotta do is get a better phenolic spacer because this one just whistles its butt off. That, or I need to probably get a different, I'm gonna get a different intake manifold, so maybe I'll see which one works best with the Sniper because it's got a heck of a whistle at lower RPMs. It's just drive you crazy. Oh, those are 1/2 inch. Duh. Until I'm looking at them. I wasn't looking well enough, I guess. Oof. Be careful not to fall over there, huh? Alright, Sniper is off. I'm gonna set this down. Guess it'd be wise to pull the distributor out. so we don't damage it when we do go to lift the motor out. I need to pull the coil off. There we go. Let me get a sugar wrench. Had a power steering leak on this thing for a while, and I finally figured out it's coming from the front of the power steering pump. So, have to fix that up before we put it on in the other truck. Climb back up there. Just don't have long enough arms to tell you. It's a struggle. Got that out. That's very nice. See if we can get the distributor out now. Ugh. Be careful. Alright, so we got the wiring harnesses disconnected. I'm gonna cut a lot of these wires out anyway, so I just snipped the ones that were going down to the starter. That way I can use them on the other truck because they're all in good shape. So I've got a lot of extra slack on those because this loops up into there, but it's going to come over to here where the fuse panel is. Those, your starter wire and stuff like that, your purple wire, red wire, alternator crap, whatever, yada yada yada, accessory powers, yada yada yada. Anyway, so I'm going to get the power steering lines disconnected. Oh, there's my little screwdriver. I was looking for that. Yeah, get the power steering lines disconnected, get the exhaust manifolds disconnected, and the motor mounts, and we should be pulling the engine here shortly. So we'll go ahead and get a couple things knocked out. I still need to do the oil cooler. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, but you know.
What I do is just like you know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm serious here.
Don't worry, Scrub.
I hate this way that they have the hoses on there. They're kind of a pain because you got the lines like butt up next to each other, like the return and then the pressure line, high pressure line on the power steering pump. See how close they are, and then I only have 6 points of these and a metric size, so there's absolutely no room to break it loose. So I'll probably have to get another wrench and freaking power steering lines. Gotta love them. Gotta freaking love them. Is it a 15 or is it a 5/8 or is it a 16? What is it? A couple of zippy tie yays, mother effers.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I'm certain 100% a seal off, but it keeps it from making a complete mess. Better than nothing. So let that drain out for a while. I forget to have a reservoir up here too. So this thing holds a pretty decent amount of power steering fluid. We'll let that drain for a little bit. Oh, I need to disconnect the shift linkage and probably some wires on the transmission as well. That's a couple more things we got to get disconnected before we can start trying to rip old Bad Daddy out, the old rat out. Just make a mess. So I'm really good at is making messes. The worst part about making a mess is you got to clean the mess up. So that's always a blast. Alright, I'm going to climb up under there and disconnect some stuff on the transmission so y'all can hang out for a little while and we'll be back. Alright, we're going to push this forward. I got everything disconnected, I hope. Okay. need to bolt the chains on. What's the weight capacity of this? 1,760 pounds. So we are good to go on that. I don't think this is going to be 1,760 pounds. I have another one of these. Where the heck is it? Alright, I think we're rigged up. See if we can lift it up. We need to go up there and jack the transmission up a little bit. Maybe just need to get the nose up a little higher, let the back down a little. Let's think about this. Think about it. Got a little short piece of chain. I can try to make it like a, pick it up a little more even in the front. Maybe that's what we need, right? Let's see what this is. Probably nothing. Clamshells in the fucking way. Those are a bitch to get off with the engine out, let alone with the engine in there. Those are shot. Oh, that's not good. That's not what you want. If you hit the firewall back there or something. I guess I need to take the clamshells off, so we'll be back. Got the clamshells out, so maybe that'll make it a little easier on us, who knows. Let's see. Let's see what kind of struggle we're gonna have to fight with. This fucking fan. Scoot the Suburban back a little bit. And yeah, we got the giant block pool. Okay. Alright. Well, that's nice. Oh, shiza. I think this is probably going to be about it for the day because I'm tired. Spent the last half a week building a lean-to off the side of the shop, so that has beat me. But I wanted to get this out so I can get the Suburban pressure washed and cleaned up so we can start putting 6-liter in there. So I'm gonna get this back on the ground just so it's not dangling in the air. And then I think that's gonna be about it for today. So we'll catch you tomorrow or the next day or whatever. Probably tomorrow. Depends on if it's raining or not. If it's raining, I won't be able to take the Suburban out and pressure wash it real good under there and get it ready to stab the new engine in. So yeah, we may see you tomorrow. We may see you in a couple days, but we'll see you when we see you. All right, and don't forget, if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. Thanks.